Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Yesterday in Baseball, November 14th. We've got a great show for you guys. Alex is joining us once again as we're going to go through our fun Yesterday in Baseball end of year awards. And right off the bat, we have some awards news from the MLB though. On Tuesday, they announced Manager of the Year. Stephen Vogt won in the AL and Pat Murphy won in the NL. They're both back-to-back winners. Wednesday, they announced Cy Young, Skubal in the AL, Skeens in the NL. No surprise to anyone there. And Thursday, they announced MVP, Judge in the AL, and Ohtani in the NL. So big stuff there. But like I said, we have some fun awards coming up for you guys here in today's show. So without further ado, I'm going to kick it out to Alex and myself. We're going to go through all of our fun awards. So stick around, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right, so we're here with Alex. We got our awards show. We're going to start off, go every other one down the list, and talk about each award winner. Again, they're not your typical awards of MVP, Cy Young, and all that. So we'll kick it off to Alex for our very first one, the Innings Eater Award.
Our first award is actually very simple for non-ball knowers out there, and it's the award given to the pitcher with the most innings eaten, which is Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants with 207 innings. He would
Wow.
be called a wimp in 1920, but today he is our innings eater.
Yeah, and he did it in great fashion, had a solid ERA through 207 innings. Nothing else to say there. He did his job. They pay him to get outs. He got some outs. So, congratulations to Logan Webb, one of the highest honors out there. So, good for him. Next up, in the same vein, we have the Michaelis Award for Excellence in Quantity Starts. Now, quantity start, you might say, what the hell is that? That is basically somebody who goes out there, puts up 5+ innings pitched, and gives up 5+ earned runs. I credit that finding to Foolish Baseball. And, that is just a great stat to show who's battling through out there, who's giving up runs but continuing to push through. So our winner is Zach Gallen. He had 8 such outings this past year with that. Second, we have Sandy Alcantara with 7, Dean Kremer with 6, Severino with 6, and there's a bunch of guys tied at 4 after that. But Zach Gallen, he didn't have a pretty year, but he went out there and he competed and he put up the quantity starts. So, Miles Michaelis, I'm sure he's very proud out there somewhere. So, congrats to Zach Gallen for that. Both, it's that Cardinals pipeline, it seems.
Yeah. Next we have a award that I like to call the Deer in the Headlights Award. This is for a big choker of the year, someone who loves to let the team down, steps up to the plate, gets blasted in the eyes with some headlights. There's a couple different considerations for this. We ended up settling on the clutch metric from Fangraphs. And this is using WPA as well, but it's comparing um, their WPA in high leverage situations compared to what they're doing in kind of a neutral environment. The least clutch player in that regard was Jazz Chisholm Jr.,
Ooh.
who had a great year for my fantasy team, though.
And he was a 30-30 guy.
Yeah, I don't like the slander there, but he is winning the award.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Also,
Congratulations, Jazz.
yeah, woo. Also, quick thing, Jorge Polanco was the most clutch player by that metric. So,
Wow.
do better, Polanco. We want to see you win the award in the future. You're being a little too clutch.
Yeah. All right. So deer in the headlights out to Jazz Chisholm Jr. of the Yankees. Unexpected, but he just
Yeah.
couldn't get it done when it mattered most. And that leads us into our next award, the Speedy Gonzalez. You could have most stolen bases, most Ness stolen bases, but Byron Buxton came out here this year, swiped 24 bags, got caught stealing 0 times. He also hit 30+ homers this year. Speedy Gonzalez out there. Again, that 100% stolen base percentage is one thing. And then to do it and steal 20+ bags is amazing. So shout out to him. He's going to be our Speedy Gonzalez Award winner for 2025.
Wow, shout out to him.
Hmm.
We finally got the a pretty full year
Yeah, full
out
season
of
of
him.
Buxton.
Yeah.
And now he said he's willing to waive his no trade clause, so we'll see what happens.
Oh,
If they trade Joe Ryan and then
he's feeling
Buxton, it's
big now.
gonna be a bad time to be a Twins fan.
Yeah. Maybe,
Gotta feel
at
for him.
least you still have Royce Lewis for 4 games a year.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have the Climbing the Ladder Award. Who is really scurrying up those minor leagues in a hurry? And kind of an obvious winner for this one is Trey Savage
Mm,
of the runner-up Toronto Blue Jays. I'm sure you probably heard a million times on the broadcast there, but he did start the year in Single A and was promoted all the way to the MLB by September. Um,
crazy.
it was pretty incredible.
And
An obvious winner there.
I mean, with that, I mean, he made his debut September 15th, and by like 3 weeks later, yeah, 3 weeks later, he was pitching in his first career playoff start. And I had mentioned this a few times in the shows during the playoffs. He's got more career playoff starts than regular season starts. So, I mean, he's obviously
Wow.
just a different breed. He's kind of got an interesting story, but I mean, and you would have no idea watching it. I'm sure casual fans tuning in, they're like, "Oh man, this guy must have been amazing all year." And he just he came up in mid-September, so that's pretty amazing.
I loved watching him too because his face when he's pitching, he just looks like the most stressed out, like
Yeah.
nervous guy when they do the zoom in on him with the mound. But
Yeah.
it's just shredding the other team most of the time. So
Yeah. I like the quote from him. Someone was saying he looked locked in walking into the stadium on his phone. He was like, "No, I was just doom scrolling, on TikTok and Instagram." I'm like, "All right."
hell
He's
yeah.
he's a man of the people. So shout out to him. Crazy year. I mean, to be across 5 levels and end up pitching in the World Series all in the same year is pretty insane. So he's obviously going to be a fun talent to watch for years to come. All right, so now we got the luckiest and unluckiest player of the year. Starting off, we have the unluckiest player, and that is Tommy Edman. His expected batting average was a 276. He put up a 225. That's quite a big difference across 162. He was injured for some time, so he didn't really get a full sample size in there, but he still had 377 plate appearances. So, kind of one of those years for him. He got extended, so he's not going to be too worried. It's not like his payday is relying on that season. But yeah, sorry, Tommy, unluckiest player. And then we'll go to the luckiest player, Miguel Andujar, of the Reds. He put up 341 plate appearances. He hit 318, a great season. His expecting batting average still solid at 261, but definitely he had some help there in getting that done. So we'll see. I'm sure both of these guys will kind of regress to the mean. And quick honorable mention, we had the most perfect guy of the year. Our perfectly expected guy is Nolan Schanuel. His expected batting average 264. He hit 264. His expected slugging was 381. He hit 389. So I mean, the metrics were doing their job with him. And he didn't get lucky, didn't get unlucky. He was perfect. So those are our luckiest, unluckiest, and I don't
Perfect.
know, least of both there.
Awesome. Yeah. Next award, this is a big one in today's MLB, is the Three True Outcome Award.
Oh,
Everyone loves guys who can strike out, walk, and hit homers. So we wanted to look at players who had the highest percentage of their at bats result in one of those three outcomes. And number one on that list, the winner of this award is Michael Trout. You may have
wow.
heard of him. He does all of those things seemingly. He actually didn't walk all that much this year at all. Or sorry, he walked a decent amount, not as much as some of the other guys on this list, and not as many homers as some of the other guys on this list. But he did rack up strikeouts. which
Mm,
put him at a 52 three true outcome percentage. Some of the runners up there: Kyle Schwarber, Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, James Wood, Shohei Ohtani, O'Neal Cruz, and Ryan McMahon.
that's
So kind of,
crazy.
yeah, a lot of guys you'd expect there, I think.
I wouldn't expect Trout though. I mean, maybe this year, but he's been so well-rounded throughout his career just as a hitter that it's kind of a shock. I mean, he had a lot of strikeouts. Was it 178 strikeouts from him?
Hmm.
So that's a bit of a shock to be the leader there. But all the other names up there, I
Right.
mean, if you're hitting homers, you're kind of selling out for those pitches, like Schwarber, Judge, Raleigh. So
Yeah, and Trout, I mean, looking at it, he had a 32% K rate, one of the
that's
lowest
crazy.
or highest, I guess, in the league. Pretty unusual from him, like you said. Um,
Yeah.
I hope this isn't kind of the start of a trend for him.
Yeah. No, I hope not. All right, next up we have the Mr. Business Award. This guy came in and he stood on in some business. This is basically the relievers, stranding runners on base. That would be a guy I didn't really have on my radar, Garrett Clevenger of the Tampa Bay Rays. He put up 61.1 innings pitched. He had a solid 7.1% walk rate, but he had a 91.6% left on base percentage. That's the highest among relievers. If you're in a jam, who do you call? You call Garrett Clevenger. He's going to get you out of it and stand on some business. Again, great year from him. I believe he had 23 holds. He had a 2.35 ERA. Just kind of an under the radar guy that went out there and had a great year. And like I said, if you were in a jam, call him, call him up because he's going to come in and shut it down. So
Yeah,
congratulations to him on the Mr. Business Stranding Runners Award.
yeah, sub one whip as well.
Yeah,
And I love the Mr. Business title of the award. I didn't see this in the doc.
yeah,
But Garrett Clevenger, you are now known
he's the
as Mr.
guy.
Business.
Yeah,
Garrett,
keep a
Mr.
lookout.
Business Clevenger.
Put the word out, everyone. Garrett
Yeah,
Clevenger.
watch out for him.
And now we'll kick it
Uh,
out to Alex for, I'm sure it's his favorite award.
this is my favorite award, easily the Mr. Meatball Award. If anyone is unfamiliar with a meatball, that is a pitch thrown in the center of the zone. Um, they tell you not to throw it there, but some guys do it, and it works out for some of them. Um, number, I'll kind of break down the top three for this. They were all very close in meatball percentage, which is a metric that exists on StatCast, we found out today.
Yeah.
Um, that's incredible. But number three is our guy, Miles Michaelis, Mr. Meatball himself.
True
It's
to his
good to see
name,
him. Yeah, it's good to see him show up in a stat that we know he's good at.
right? It gives it
Um,
validity, right? Because if he's not up there in meatball percentage, I don't trust that stat.
exactly. We know it's legit now. And for reference, he has a 9.3 meatball percentage. Number two on meatball percentage is a 2025 All-Star, Shane Smith for the White Sox. Apparently, it was working for him at least through the first half of the season. And then number one on the list is Randy Vasquez of the Padres with a 9.7 meatball percentage.
Wow. And again, for anyone out there that's curious, a meatball percentage is just the percentage of pitches that the pitcher throws right down the middle of the strike zone. I don't know the exact parameters behind it,
Like
but
the
I mean,
radius or something. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that means one in every 10 pitches that Vasquez, Michaelis, and Shane Smith throw essentially are going to be meatballs. So that's kind of crazy. If you're a hitter, you're just licking your chops when you come up to the dish and see him on the bump.
Love to see it though. These are some of my favorite pitchers.
Yeah. So we got that, and so those are all of our kind of fun, goofy awards. I want to wrap it up with kind of something off script here. We just had our MVPs announced around the Major League Baseball in the AL and the NL. We had Judge win it in the AL and Ohtani win it in the NL. Cal Raleigh, I don't know how he didn't win the award. He hit 60 homers, which is a record for switch hitters and catchers. Stack that together, and I mean, that's just an insane year with insane stuff. I mean, give me your thoughts on Cal Raleigh in the season.
Yeah, it's so hard to pick between him and Judge because I don't think anyone will question looking at the numbers that Judge did have a better hitting year overall. But I mean, he was out there playing below average defense while Cal's playing every day almost at
At a more
catcher.
demanding position.
Yeah, so it's really tough to pick which one should actually be valued more. I mean, I want to give it to the catcher as well, but if people want to Judge more, fair play. And Judge has blocked or Judge has kind of caused two of the better runner-up AL MVP seasons that we've seen the past two
Yeah.
years in Cal this year and then Bobby Witt
Yeah,
last year.
it's been kind of crazy. I feel bad for both of those guys, but
Yeah, but what can you do?
yeah, just hope Aaron Judge somehow magically gets traded to the NL or something. And that would be a
Yeah,
crazy
they're
MVP
trading.
race between him and Ohtani.
Ooh, see, that's a good question, actually. Which
Yeah.
one would win it this year if there was one award?
I mean, Ohtani, yeah. I mean, Judge overall the better hitter, in my opinion. Ohtani's still hitting for that power though, more consistently. Um, but I mean, also Aaron Judge isn't pitching. That's the big argument as well with Cal Raleigh is he has to do pitcher meetings and hitter meetings every day. You know,
Mhm.
you have more stuff to worry about as a catcher. And I just think no matter what, both like for Raleigh and Ohtani, the mental capacity and energy it takes to not worry about just that one side of your game, but more, it's
Mhm.
it makes it just that much more impressive to me.
Yeah, maybe it's just fans are seeing, you can see a lot more of the skills that Judge brings to the table on screen, whereas for Cal, it's maybe more off-screen stuff or things that aren't as noticeable or able to be captured by stats.
Yeah. So that is kind of in summary of our awards. We have our innings eater of Logan Webb, Miles Michaelis Award for Excellence in Quality Starts, Zach Gallen, Deer in the Headlights Award went to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Speedy Gonzalez is Byron Buxton climbing the ladder award, Treya Savage. Luckiest player was Miguel Andujar. Unluckiest player was Tommy Edman. Three True Outcome Player of the Year, Mike Trout. Mr. Business Award, Garrett Clevenger. Mr. Meatball was Randy Vasquez. And our yesterday in baseball, most valuable player of the year is Cal Raleigh. So thank you again to Alex for joining us. I'm sure it will not be the last time we see him. So
Could
we'll
be.
have we're gonna have more fun episodes and stuff queued up for you guys with him in the future. So
I'll be there no
yeah.
matter what.
So once again, a huge thank you to Alex for joining us on today's show. Had a great time and fun to do some kind of unorthodox awards. If you guys are on YouTube, please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the show. If you're on Spotify, please follow along and comment whatever you'd like to see. Thank you guys again for listening, and we'll see you again on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, and see you then.